What's going on, YouTube? This is Big Trucker G coming with you with another video. If you haven't already, please like, comment, subscribe. I greatly appreciate it so this channel can grow and we can go to higher heights with this channel. Um, please like, comment, subscribe. Now, I have a video today. I'm reacting to a video today, and I've been getting many comments about black people saying that we need a civics class on what a vice president functions as a vice president, what he or she do as a vice president. So I said, okay, there's a lot of people that don't know. There's a lot of people that don't know. So we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. So I'm reacting to Anton Daniels. Y'all, please. I like that brother. I like his programming. I like what he do. So we gonna give it kudos, get kudos to that content creator. He's amazing. I like him. But we gonna react to his video and see what responsibilities, actual responsibilities, a vice president make. And by the way, Kamala Harris. So we're going to get into the video. Again, please like, comment, subscribe, and give me your thoughts as well. We finna get to it.
Right, I just listen. We're not gonna look up nothing. We ain't got to do any of that. We could just get straight to it. So some of the main, okay, so it's two different ways that the vice president operates. The first way is her official power, and the second way is her kind of informal power, right? The first way, when you're talking about her official power, is she's the president of the Senate, right? So whenever you have a deadlock, especially when they're voting on legislation, she's a tie-breaking vote. So for Kamala Harris in particular, when we talked about the inflation and the infrastructure deal and all of that stuff, and when they were deadlocked inside of our legislative branches, she was the tie-breaking vote that then determined what happened to push legislation through or to pull it back that ultimately landed on Biden's desk. Okay, that's the number one thing. The number two thing, if you go back to like Pence, for example, and remember when they were having a lot of back and forth on the 2020 election, and they were trying to figure out, or they were battling about whether or not the election was stolen or not. The vice president is the one that actually certifies the votes when it comes to who wins the elections. So one of the reasons why it was so much back and forth between
facts. That is facts. We all getting it so far? Or the responsibilities of the vice president? We all getting it so far? I'm going to let him cook. We all getting it so far? He got more to say. But so far, we getting it what he's saying? We getting the responsibilities. Okay, we getting it now. So I'm going to let him continue.
The president and or the incumbent, and whether or not Trump lost or not is because Mike Pence was the one that actually certified the vote. So those are some of the formal powers of the vice president of the United States of America. Informally, though, they then basically serve as a figurehead and their delegated responsibility from the president of the United States of America, because he can't be in all places at one time. So, for example, that's why they say she was the border czar, because one of the first things that Biden tasked her with was to solve for the issues that was happening at the border, because Biden himself said that when he won president, he would never, ever build another inch of border wall. And then the border started to be open. So he anointed her as the border czar to solve for the fundamental problems as to why.
Now that's funny. He said that. Okay, so far. Do we agree? So far. Now it's funny that he said that. Because she was the border czar for our borders. But look how she failed. Look how she failed at the border. Kamala supporters, look how she failed at the border by bringing millions and millions of illegals in our country. And how they put the illegals top priority over us. But you see how she failed, but nobody don't want to talk about that. Nobody ain't talking about that. A lot of you Negroes is not talking about that. A lot of y'all black folks is not talking about that. What was going on with that? But y'all saying everything about Donald Trump, but not saying everything about Kamala Harris. What about that? See, okay, I'm gonna keep on going because he's cooking.
Why the border, or why migrants was coming into the border as a result of it, which is why people hang that on her head and say you never saw for the problems and you never got the resolution to it, because unofficially, exactly, she was the border czar. Exactly. And then when you see her say things like when she was on The View and she said, listen, I was in the room for every single decision that was made that was important to the United States of America, including the infrastructure bill, including the tax act, including all of this other stuff, right? Then that's when they say, okay, well, if you were in the room and you were the one that was helping to make the decisions, and you were officially and unofficially the tie-breaking vote for a lot of the things that was pushed through in legislation, that means that you then became responsible for whether or not it was or it wasn't.
Again, I had to stop. I'm sorry, I had to stop. So the people out here saying that people need a civics class. She just said in the interview that she was in every decision with Joe Biden. She was in every room with every decision with Joe Biden on the policies that he's pushed and the policy that he did and the policy that he made. So why are y'all not blaming her for what's going on in our economy now? Because she's still in office, y'all. Why are you not blaming and talking about that? But y'all want to talk about Trump and his past 4 years, but y'all not talking about what she's doing now as the vice president, who is technically still in office. Now, what he said was wrong. Tell me anything he said was wrong. So far, he cooking right now. I'm talking about for the supporters who think we are dumb. The Donald Trump supporters or people who not siding with her think we dumb and miseducated and everything else. What he said was wrong. Don't go by what you think and everything else. What he just said so far, did he say anything wrong? Did he say anything wrong? I'm going to continue.
Right.
And those are the official and unofficial duties of the Vice President of the United States of America, okay?
Exactly.
So her biggest failure, what I'm hearing, because I'm not politically knowledgeable about a lot of shit, but her biggest failure is basically the wall.
No, she was tasked with a lot of different things. Again, she cast some of the tie-breaking votes that then determined and then led to inflation, exponential inflation inside the United States of America. She was tasked with the wall itself. But I'm just telling you the formal and the informal roles of the vice president of the United States of America, no matter who the vice president is.
No, I get that. But what's her biggest failure?
Her biggest failure is immigration.
Okay, so
in my opinion.
So
and I agree. I second that. Her biggest failure was immigration. That's one of her biggest failures. But again, people don't want to talk about that. People don't want to talk about how her biggest failure was that. And how we are now spending our taxpayer money on them. Nobody don't want to say about that. Everybody want to do AB and AB and having the women to do ABs all around the world, all around the United States. Continue.
Okay, so now my question is, okay, so she's in a position of power where she can implement, well, no, let me rephrase the question.
And I'm about to say this too before she speaks. She is actually speaking on wonderful questions. Wonderful questions. Wonderful questions. She's being very sincere, which she don't usually be, because I watch the shows, the show. But she being very sincere. Listen to what she's saying.
Has she always been in a position of power to implement the policies that she is now saying she's rolling out? Did she always have the power to kind of delegate those policies as a sitting vice president?
What policies? Be specific.
The policies that she just wrote out specifically, like for Black men. She has all of these different incentives that she just presented to everyone. Giving Black men loans, helping them with housing.
These could have been proposed. These could have been proposed while they were in office, the same way they proposed any other legislation while they was in office.
Right. And so that's why.
Exactly. That's my point. That's my point. See, Black people are some of our Black people are so ignorant to the fact that she's in office now. What she proposing for Black people to vote for her and all that, she could do it now. She could do it now as the sitting vice president. All she had to do is give it to Joe Biden. All she had to do is just give it to the Senate, because she's the head of the Senate. Give it to the Senate and vote for these things. Vote for these things to the Senate. And they will pass it. And then they will present it to the House of Representatives and see how good as that is. She could do all what she proposes, she could do it now. And that's what a lot of people, Black people who voted for her, don't understand. She could do it now. She could do it now. She ain't out of office yet. She's still the vice president. She could do it now.
When they pushed through the infrastructure deal, when they tried to push through the border, the secure border deal, or whatever the hell it was named, that was packaged with a bunch of bloatware in it. When they did the green, all of that shit where they was trying to put a bunch of truckers in, and emissions regulations and all of this stuff. Absolutely, they did.
Okay.
Listen, these policies that she's enforcing, if she didn't do it when she was VP, how do people know she's going to do it as president?
And that's my only question.
Now, I won't. Now, that is a great question. Kamala Harris supporters, I want y'all to say something. Now, this is your time to shine. Convince us, since we are so ignorant to the fact, and we are dumb, and we are self-hating and everything. Answer that question. Answer that question what Q just said. Island Girl Q just said. Answer that question. If she could did it now, why couldn't, if she doing all these policies, why can't she do it now? And then if she could do it now, how can we trust her to do it when she can do it now? Do it now while she's in office. That was a good question with Island Girl Q. And I want y'all to answer that. I would like for y'all to answer that. Since we are so intelligent and we are dumb and we don't got the facts. Answer that.
Just gotta believe them.
I'm just trying to understand where in the Constitution does the vice president actually able to introduce legislation or make?
They don't, but I believe she has the record for the most time.
So are we saying when she was a senator?
Listen, everything that's proposed, even the president himself, he can't just pass things through without an emergent, unless he's taking emergency action over something. So when there's a declaration of war, for example, he has the absolute power to be able to make and determine what happens when it comes to protecting the United States of America, which could be far-reaching. Otherwise, that's the reason why we have layers of government in order to.
I have a petition. We want to rename the George Washington Monument to the George Floyd Monument.
They say I'm racist.
prevent absolute power. That's why you have Congress, right? That's why when they put together a budget, you have to go and you negotiate the budget, and they have to keep kicking it out, kicking it out, because you have people on this side that's saying that we don't agree with it. They don't have enough votes as a result of it, which then would send it up to the president's desk, which he can then veto it, or he can say, you know what, I agree with this budget. This is a bipartisan deal. This gives each side what they want, and we're gonna sign it. So anybody could technically introduce concepts of a plan, which then leads to legislation that has to be negotiated in Congress and then signed by the President of the United States of America. But you can't tell me that she doesn't have influence on it, especially when she's a tie-breaking vote.
Exactly. And that's the problem with a lot of people have. That's why I have a lot of problem with people, especially Kamala Harris supporters. She, yes, of course, she had to go through the channels to introduce these policies. Yes, she got to go through a channel of the Senate, the House of Representatives, with the president. All these channels, yes, she got to go into it. But at the same time, don't say that her hands are tied. You cannot sit up there and say her hands are tied, because she's an influence. She still is a much influence to the president and the president and the Senate. She can still push something through. Yes, they got to be at scuds and they got to go through the proper channels. Of course, everything just can't just be pushed through unless the president writes an executive order, which she can persuade the government or Joe Biden to write executive orders for what we need and what we want. She can do that. She's a significant benefactor to that. Stop resolving Kamala Harris. Stop resolving her. That's my problem with black voters that voted for her. Stop resolving her. Stop resolving her. She did a lot of fucked up stuff. And y'all wonder why black folks are not trying to vote for her. I'm going to do this a little bit, then we're going to go on and shut it down.
Does she have the same influence as VP as president?
No, nobody does.
Hey, quick question.
The president doesn't have the same type of influence as a Speaker of the House.
Quick question.
All of them have respective. All of them have power in their respective fields to determine what should and shouldn't happen. But at the same time, we don't hear anything from her, and the things that she was tasked with, they failed miserably.
Do y'all ever talk about the Congress people that you don't elect? Like, do we?
Exactly. With the stuff that she was tasked with, no one talks about it. No one talks about what she was tasked with and how she failed miserably for it. How she failed miserably because giving our taxpayer dollars to illegal immigrants. How they okayed illegal immigrants to fly on United Airlines on our dollars. Go in droves of buses after buses of illegal immigrants to these cities. See, nobody don't talk about that and how our taxpayer money is paying for that. How our taxpayer money is paying for $600 now a day for their hotels and housing. How we giving them taxpayer money, food stamps, and cash. Nobody don't want to say that about that. Y'all want to say that, oh, Kamala Harris's hands are tied and all of that shit. No, stop it. Y'all need to stop that and just be and realize that she is worse for this account. She is more worse than y'all say Donald Trump is. Then y'all say, well, what about her $25,000 for home buyers, $25,000 for home buyers. Where are we gonna get that money at? Where are we gonna get that money at, y'all? Where are we gonna find that money at? $50,000 for tax write-offs to new businesses. Where are we going to find that money? Because y'all, it takes money to do write-offs, tax write-off. It takes money. Where are we going to find that kind of money? Y'all have to stop this and actually put her to tax. Actually put her to task. Now I'm gonna skip because she's gonna say a bunch of mumbo jumbo.
We all understand that Congress.
Jamisha, again, an area where I had to literally unplug myself. Growing up,
I'm about to fucking run for office.
Growing up, my father was a campaign manager of a city councilman, a mayor. Like we handed out flyers. We were doing all of this stuff in politics and didn't really know. I didn't know he did what I was doing, and it was a part of the saying like, vote row B. So I was trained to just vote down the line. It wasn't until I started voting down here in North Carolina that I was like, wait, let me really pay attention to who is on each line. I really only focused on who was at the top of the ballot and would just go down. But that was my ignorance. That was my training. I had to break away from that. So now, to your point, yeah, I had to learn.
Election Day is Tuesday, November 5th. Who you vote for is private, but if you vote is
who's in my county, my town, the like even.
Well, I get yeah, because they're gonna go off the tangent with everything else, which I do agree. But come on, y'all, come on. Y'all cannot sit up and tell me that y'all gonna sit up there and give Kamala Harris a pass because of a damn symbolism. From a damn because y'all want her to be for the symbolism. Y'all gotta put her to task. I'm sorry. Y'all have to put her to task. Because she going for the highest office in the nation. So she got to be put to task, just like I put Donald Trump to task. She got to be put to the task too, and don't sit up here and just gloss over the failed stuff that she done in this administration that she currently in. The failed policies, her doings. Y'all got to come on now. Y'all got to be better than this. That's why the Democrat Party sit up there and lie to us. You can say the Republican lied to us too. I'm sure of it. But the people who doing the most lies now is the Democratic Party. And they glossing over her record as the vice president now. And y'all Negroes are sitting up here, and I'm going to be real. Y'all can say whatever the fuck y'all want to say. Y'all need this nigga fat and all this. This nigga need to shut up. Y'all can do whatever y'all fucking want to. I don't give a damn. But y'all Negroes are sitting up here doing exactly what the Democrat Party wants y'all to do. Gloss over her record, which is a failed record. And y'all are dumb to not study more than what she's doing. And focus on what she did in the last 3.5 years. Well, she haven't did nothing for black folks either. She been silent. The border is a fail. It's a big ass fail for her. And we giving up our taxpayer money to the illegal immigrants when we can't even get that damn money for our veterans who fought for this country. They are having most of them are homeless. We got people in our country now that need that money more than the illegal immigrants that ain't put nothing into the system. But y'all gonna still vote for this woman? Come on, man. Y'all gotta do better than this. But again, I'm gonna stop because I'm on a tangent. If you new to this, please like, comment, and subscribe. I love. If y'all have a problem with what I say, write it down in the comments as well. Write it down in the comments. But we got to stop this, people. I'm not saying that Donald Trump is the best either, but he's more genuine than her. I expect a shit from Donald Trump as a white man. He don't switch up. Y'all gotta come on, man. Y'all gotta put that woman to task and stop trying to dance around her. Cause that's what y'all doing, dancing around her. But if y'all please like, comment, and subscribe. I love you. If y'all have a comment down below how y'all feel. Y'all can feel the way you feel. I don't have no problem with that. Just be respectful. That's all I ask. Be respectful in my damn comments. That's all I ask. And until then, I see you down the highway. Peace.